Hi, this is Vicki with Thrive Life, and I'm here with my friend Valerie, and we're going to make some strawberry cupcakes. I tried this a few weeks ago, and it was by far the best cupcake I have ever put in my mouth. And we're going to talk about how we can incorporate Thrive Life strawberries into this cupcake and her frosting recipe. So, Valerie is starting. Tell us what you're starting with. She's already pureed her frozen strawberries, but that could be something you could do with Thrive strawberries is refresh them and then blend them up to this. So tell us a little bit about the process here.
So I start off with because this is a vegan recipe, so no dairy, no eggs. So you're going to start off with your vegan version of a buttermilk mixture. So we need a cup. I'm using soy milk, but you could use any non-dairy milk.
And we'll have the link to this recipe in the description.
And then a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. No, a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar.
Don't give us a tablespoon if it's come up with teaspoons.
Well, that could be very entertaining, huh?
We don't really want to taste the vinegar.
I think it was when I made this last time. I had some on my finger and I thought it was vanilla, and I went to lick it. And I realized it was apple cider vinegar. It was a bit of a surprise. Not a pleasant one.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we just kind of let that sit for a little bit, kind of buttermilk.
Okay, so we're ready to put this mixture together and we'll see what we're going to have.
Okay, so we're going to start off by creaming our butter. I did mention this was a vegan recipe, so this is non-dairy butter.
Oh, good to know.
I just use it's plant butter, it's Country Crock. This is the olive oil one. They have different varieties.
I love olive oil.
We like this one. Like when we use it on toast and stuff, we feel like it tastes like butter. It tastes good. So that is mine. Okay, so we added our sugar and our vanilla to the butter and then just creamed it for a couple minutes to make it nice and fluffy. I don't know if you can see that. So it just looks nice and fluffy. And then
it's fluffy. Take my word for it. It's fluffy.
And then we're going to add our next ingredients into the bowl. And it's just adding in the dry ingredients and the milk mixture. So we're going to I just have to follow it down, otherwise I'm going to lose myself here. So 1.5 cups flour. This is my... So there's...
And she's a precise measurer. That might be my downfall when it comes to baking.
Well, did you know that you're not supposed to like scoop it like that? Because it compacts it. So I keep a scoop in mine, well, for sourdough purposes, but I keep a scoop in here so I can just gently fluff it in.
Learn something new every day.
So fancy.
Okay.
Flour. So dry ingredients are in. We're going to add in our milk vinegar mixture, which has kind of started to have some of those delicious buttermilk lumps. And we're just going to mix it together until there are no lumps. Okay, so our batter is all mixed together. At this point, it's still just a regular batter, so we're going to add in 1/3 cup of pureed strawberry.
And so the recipe says that you can add a few strawberries chopped, optional. So we're going to just take a handful of these strawberries and just kind of crush them up in my hand. Will that work?
Yeah.
And we're hoping that this is going to get a little refreshed by the liquids and stuff that's in here. It's a little big.
Well, and what I like about this,
okay,
there was one recipe that had for strawberry cake. So you just fold it in at this point. There was one recipe that had called for red food coloring to make the cupcakes more red. But I think adding the strawberries and this stuff, they're pink enough. Like I don't think you need, and then you don't have to have the artificial dyes because I'm...
Spoiler alert, wait till you see the frosting.
Oh, it's pretty. I'm trying to stay away from artificial dyes as much as possible, which I know is hard, but
I wish you could smell this
Does it smell
because
good?
it smells really good. She used that Mexican vanilla, and that makes a big difference. Okay. Oh, and I love these pans. Look at these cast iron pans.
I am 100% cast iron baking on board. Like, that is my absolute favorite. I hate when I can't. So it says to fill them 3/4 of the way full, and I use these cookie scoopers. That's how I make a mess.
I'm going to clean that little block right there.
That's why I did it.
Oh, gosh. That is some good batter.
I was like, I hope that's a good oh gosh.
Ooh, that's some good batter. Okay, so we have them all nicely filled and ready to go. They're going to go in the oven at 350. And for how long?
About 25 minutes.
Ooh, and while they're cooking, we are going to make some of the most delicious frosting I've ever tasted. We'll be right back. There we go. So we've got a few more minutes left for the cupcakes to bake, so we're going to get started on the frosting. And I'm intrigued because she's weighing her little blender here. So tell us what we're doing.
Okay, so we're going to start. We need 20 grams of freeze-dried strawberries. So I just use my scale to make it easier. So we're going to get 20 grams. Ooh, that's 22. But it's
22. We won't
close
tell.
enough.
Give it a little more flavor.
So I do that, and then I can just blend them up and puree them and make a nice little strawberry cloud.
Yay.
Okay, so I've started the frosting. I've got it mixed up except for the strawberries. We did butter and then added the powdered sugar a cup at a time, and then we had the vanilla and a little bit of, again, I use soy milk. And so it's nice and whipped up fluffy. And so we're ready to add the freeze-dried strawberries. So all I did was I put it in my blender and I powdered it up. You could use a food processor. You have a NutriBullet, you said. Mm-hmm. So you can use whatever to just kind of make it into a fine powder. And it does make a bit of a cloud, a delicious cloud. It smells so good. And then you just kind of add this in as much as you can get scraped out. Wants to stay behind a little bit.
Hey, does it help to bang on it?
Sometimes it just likes to get in those little crevices and hug them. Okay, so I got as much as I can, and then you just mix it on low, and it's gonna puff up a bit, but it is beautiful. You can see it kind of already mixing in there.
Smelling good.
Yeah. Okay, so we have I've finished mixing the cupcakes, and they are a beautiful pink color naturally. And so I put it in with my big star tip, and then we're just gonna pipe it onto the cupcakes. I'm gonna start away from me.
Look how pretty that is. I wish you could smell that. Better yet, I wish you could taste it when we get ready to taste one of these. Okay, we are done, and look how beautiful these cupcakes are. So we're gonna break one in half, and we're gonna give it a try. And what I like about this cake, what fancied me about this cake when I first tried it, is that it's not a soft cake that's gonna crumble when you break into it. It's a very more dense than the normal. Oh gosh, I just stuck my finger in that. I hate that.
But now you get to lick your finger.
I hate when that happens. I'm going to actually get closer to the camera so you can see this as I break this apart. This cupcake is so moist, but yet not so powdery, crumbly that we're losing cupcake everywhere. I got most of the frosting. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay. I have the extra frosting.
And then give it a taste. Oh gosh.
It's good.
That is good. I want to thank Valerie so much for sharing this with me. Mm-hmm. I'll have the recipe, a link to the recipe in the description, and I hope you try it. This is vegan. We were no eggs, no milk, and is pretty darn good cake. Thanks for watching.